Hello guys and welcome back. Okay, so today, as you probably guessed it, we're going to be going on another 10 must-have games for the Master System. I mentioned this before, I've done 10 must-have games for the Master System before. This is the second lot I'd like to go over. The Master System had loads of games, absolute quality games to choose from. And, you know, remind you of your childhood memories, brings that nostalgia feeling back. So this is another 10 we're going to choose. So 10 must-have games for the Master System, part 2. So my first game I've chosen is Shinobi. Now, I'll be honest with you, I first played this, it didn't look that good. I wasn't that impressed with it. And then it kind of grew on me, and when it grew me a lot. I actually thought this turned out to be a really good game. Very challenging indeed. You're not going to finish this one in one go. It does offer a lot of gameplay in there, and I highly recommend checking it out. All the levels are there. The only difference is your magic you have to earn. The bonuses levels are there. Everything it's there. You know, just the sprites are a bit slightly off a bit. But I do find this game to be very good indeed, and actually very close to the arcade. Go out, give it a try. Next up, I've chosen Fantasy Zone. Now, I chose this one. What a great shoot 'em up. It was in the arcade. They converted it to the Master System, or vice versa. It was the Master System first, and then the arcade. Now, this one is very, very challenging. The bosses are hard as hell. I really cannot kill some of them to this day. After, you know, I've tried a few times, and I get eventually past them. Once you learn the patterns, once you learn what kind of power-ups you need, you will be able to defeat them bosses. But Fantasy Zone is... look at, I mean, loads of colours in there. Great music, great sound effects. This one is a quality game, definitely worth checking out. Next one I've chosen is Space Harrier. Yeah, we're going to stick with the arcade. Space Harrier, I've mentioned this before. How did they manage to convert this to the Master System? It's just an 8-bit machine when it was a super scaler in the arcade. And I think it holds up very well. Some will disagree. Me personally, I think this is, you know, for an 8-bit machine on the Master System, this holds up very well. It's still great to play. It's got all the patterns in there from the arcade. Great use of colours, great sound effects, the music is good indeed, and I just find this one to be very, very charming. So, I mean, if you've not played it already, I bet loads of have, go and give this one a try. Still staying on the theme of arcade, I've gone with Rastan. Now, why have I chosen Rastan? Well, an unbelievable good platformer, a barbarian style platformer, hack and slash. Yeah, it does give a very good close vibe to the arcade. Everything is still there. It just doesn't look as good. But you know what? You look beyond that and you do find a same quality of game while playing it. Great sound, great graphics, great music. I just think this one is, definitely worth having in your collection if you've not tried it already. I highly recommend this one. Some real good style platforming in there. Gets a bit tricky later on. It's one of the games you will come back for more and more. Another arcade quality title, and we've gone with the New Zealand Story. Now this I found to be very, very close indeed to the arcade. I think this is a wonderful conversion, and it's still very cheap as well. If you manage to get your hands on it, definitely worth going out and giving it a try. I find this one to be very challenging, and there's loads of levels in there, and it's almost near arcade perfect. The music and the graphics look very, very close indeed. Very challenging. Give it the try. Next up, I've gone with Sonic 2. Now, come on, let's face it. Any of the Sonics for the Master System, they were amazing games. They were absolutely brilliant. This got a lot of great platforming games in there, loads of levels in there, gives you a lot of challenge. The graphics were amazing, and if you got the Mega Drive and the Master System, they were completely different games. Now, okay, Tails is not in this. Yeah, he does make an appearance, but you can't actually play him. But still, I find this game very good indeed. Like I say, it is the graphics look really good. The sound is very good indeed, and the very challenging for the platforming. Definitely worth giving this one a try. Next up, I've gone with one of my favourite RPGs for the Master System, action RPG, call it what you want to. For me, I find it an RPG kind of game. Zelda clone, could we call it, Golvelius, as you can gather. Now, I find this one absolutely brilliant. The music and the sound and the graphics, they're all there. Very challenging indeed. It will give you a hard time. If you've not worked out what you need to do, you're going to die a lot. password save as well, and you can get, you know, straight to where you finished off. Now you do need to collect them hearts to level up, and you do need to collect your sword and your shield and to make it get you further indeed, because you will not fight that boss. If you fight that boss, you're just going to end up dying all the time. So I find this one definitely worth it. A lot of hidden items in there, definitely worth. Go and give it a try now. Next up, we have got Wonderboy in Monsterland. Yes, we've gone back to the arcade. I think this one was a good conversion, but I'll be honest with you, when I first played it, it didn't look like the arcade. I could see a difference, and it didn't remind me as much. But basically, everything is there. It's very, very similar indeed. The music switched around a little bit, but everything is still there. This is where adventures all started. Wonderboy Monsterland is one of my all-time favourite games. Absolutely love this game to this day. You know, you going through, you kill the bad guys, and you kill the end level monsters. You get a better sword, and you can buy a better shield, better boots, and better helmet. And by the time you've got to the end, you know, you're going through the labyrinth, and you've got to find the Mecha Dragon, and it is an absolute quality game. If you've not played it, then go out and give this one a try. Next up, I've gone with Ys. The Book of Omens, Vanished Omens. I've heard it called so many things. Now, I remember this one being seen in the shops. It was like $49.99 battery backup save, or $59.99. It was very expensive indeed, and it did not appeal to me. And I actually borrowed it off a friend, and it still didn't appeal to me. But then later on, I played it about 5 years later, and I actually got into it. I think this is one of the games that got me into RPGs. Yes, the fighting system is different. You have to walk into them to actually attack, but if you do it at a certain angle, you can take the damage off them. But sometimes they take damage off you. Make sure you've got a good shield and a good sword, and that will help you through your journey. Now, you know, it's just straightforward. You get more cash, your experience level up, and you know, the more cash you get, the more weapons you can buy. This is where it all started for the Ys, and I'll be honest with you, I was calling it Wise for a very long time until I actually got the PC Engine version, and they actually called it Ys. So this game, absolutely quality. Check it out. So next up, I've gone with Ninja Gaiden, or Ninja Gaiden. Call it what I've heard it called several things. I'm going to call it Ninja Gaiden. No, Ninja Gaiden. Let's call it Ninja Gaiden. This game is, you know, they didn't have it for, they had it for the NES, but they never had it on the Master System, so they eventually came up with one, and I think they've done such a great job. Excellent platforms, loads of magic and power-ups in there. Very challenging indeed. If you're good at wall jumping, you know, you'll pick up the style, how to do it. There's a lot of challenge in there, and it's a lot of replayability. I find this game to be very, very challenging indeed, and very, very good. Worth checking out. So there you have it, guys. Another 10 Master System games. Let me know what you think. Are they 10 you would choose? I bet some of you will probably not agree with me. But me personally, I think they were 10 that really did my childhood some amazing games. I mean, let's think about it. Golvelius, Ys, or I call it Wise, even Ninja Gaiden. Ninja Gaiden. I know I've heard it called so many things, but, you know, 10 games that should be in your collection. If you've not played them, give them a try. So guys, I will say, leave a comment down below and let me know some of your games you would like to know in your, or would like to have in your, you know, 10 must-have games. Leave a like, leave a comment, let me know your thoughts. So guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.